Hi guys, welcome back. It's Tommy, this time with a recent StarCraft 2 replay cast, as we have a very interesting international gameplay here in between the two pro players. So let me just start by introducing the players to you guys. As you have spawning here in the upper right, in the blue, it is ASTREA from Canada. I believe he's from Canada or from the United States, but I'm pretty sure he's from Canada. And his opponent spawning here in the lower left in the red, it is Byun from South Korea. So quite an interesting engagement here on Data C, a 2 spawning location map. Very soon we are going to be, of course, checking out the build orders of the players, just like we do in the previous replays here onto this channel. We see a very normal open up here by Byun. Interesting enough, Byun deciding not to block his ramp here. So supply depot into barracks and then continuing here with his gas. Let's have a look at ASTREA. Interesting position here for him as well, with the gateway pretty far away from the ramp right here. I believe he's fearing an attack by some Reapers into this location, so he tries to block the entrance here. So quite interesting stuff by him. Also preparing a fast expansion build order as well, and sending out his probe very soon here towards the base from Byun. So yeah, let's just see what the tactics are going to be. Is it going to be mass bio here for Byun, or is he perhaps going to transition into some mechanical build orders? We're about to find out, and ASTREA as well. Is it going to be mass gateway units or perhaps air units? As you can see, it's a quite long replay, so many tactics are of course available here for both players. He's continuing with a cybernetic score. It could be a stalker blink rush for him, as he's also expanding here into this location with the pylon outside, and Byun also deciding to expand here, even though he did not check out the expansion build order here from ASTREA. So yeah, pretty normal stuff. ASTREA going out with his probe very early, checking the build order. It could be a 1-1-1 build order here for Byun. One barracks into one factory, and then one starport for him, as now he's just blocking the entrance with the reactor and the supply depot. In the meantime, ASTREA goes for his first adapt, goes for Twilight Council, so he might go into a early shuttle gameplay. Could be a possibility for him, and even some immortals could be added by him, even some colossi. Let's see if this is indeed going to be his tactics, as the first adept is just moving out to check the expansion point here from Byun. Only one marine available here for Byun to defend this location right here, and the second one is coming out also with the Hellion. So Byun might try a timing push to punish the expansion point here from ASTREA. In the meantime, the marines on the defense. There are no bunkers here for Byun. The ways are pretty much shut, so let's see what exactly this Hellion is about to do here into the expansion point from Byun. Sorry, from ASTREA, but there is a stalker here, there is a gateway, so I believe ASTREA should be okay here. It's just, I believe, just a scouting Hellion here for Byun. He sees that blink is getting researched, and he's sniping one probe, so that's pretty good for him. Saws the Twilight Council, so yeah, I believe just a scouting Hellion here for him. So let's have a look at his reaction, going for those medivacs, going for more marines. So it could be a drop happening very soon into the expansion point here from ASTREA. Yeah, ASTREA does have some defenses here, but not that many defenses here in the back. So in the meantime, the medivac is closing more and more forward here towards the expansion point for ASTREA. ASTREA nicely placing here a pylon just to have vision. However, Byun taking a nice route here and already dropping his units forward. Even a Reaver is getting produced. Sorry, a Reaper. A Raven, sorry. And yeah, he also sees the robotics facility bay with the shuttle there. So it could be a push with some teleportation here for ASTREA versus Byun. Byun already taking a little bit of damage here from those stalkers. A good defense here by ASTREA. And into the main, there's more and more gateway units being produced. So we might see a timing push indeed here by ASTREA with some blinking stalkers with that warp prism. And we even have an observer now being made by him. So yeah, the warp prism, I believe, is indeed already out. And very soon some units might get teleported very soon close to this adept right here. So yeah, the stalkers are moving out. Lots and lots of units on the defense here for ASTREA. ASTREA with a very good game. not allowing Byun to punish the economy from the opponent. as we now just passed the 5-minute mark, and in comes the War Prism with some teleports here. I believe blink has been done for those stalkers, so he can easily blink here up. Byun reacting with a supply depot there, but I believe the SCV is going to be snapped very, very soon. So quite a nice move by ASTREA, going now for the tank, taking some damage. However, finally he's taking out the tank, but there's another tank coming up as more and more damage is being taken here by Byun. So nice early aggression here by his opponent. Byun still on hold position here. Now might be the time to attack, but there's more stalkers coming here forward. At the same time, we do see an attack with a auto turret by the Byun, and the Raven nicely making it out alive, and even 2 probes have been sniped. And once again a drop here into this location, but not that many units have been killed. And interesting enough, ASTREA decides to teleport back home to snipe the units, to snipe the medivac, and with that I believe the rush has pretty much been stopped. But at the same time, a nice move, he was able to snipe all of those marines here from his opponent. And let's have a look what Byun is doing into his main. There's more barracks. I believe we're going to be going into a mass bio build order by him with a few tanks and mass medivacs. In the meantime, ASTREA more present onto the map, moving out, going towards the opponent. At the same time also expanding here, so pretty nice move by him. He's attacking in order to give time for his expansion to mine more and more of those minerals. At the same time also an important observer to give vision for the second expansion point here for Byun, and also nicely having units all over the map covering all of the ways out for the medivac. So Byun pretty much trapped here into his main, decides to play it a little bit more defensively. Finally his other expansion is going out, but the stalkers are already waiting here for him, as now the marines will of course be able, with stim they should be able to fend this off. And in the end, Byun should be of course ready to take this expansion, even sniping the observer right here. So nice move by him. But yeah, ASTREA, like I told you, buying good time here for his expansion, having 62 workers, doing a very, very good job. And ASTREA just patrolling now, just trying to snipe. Perhaps this one medivac will be sniped. Indeed a great move, and also some marines will be taken out here. So with stim, a great blink, a nice micro here by the player from Canada, as finally now Byun is slowly but steadily moving out, even having 2 barracks here hidden in the back, so not into his main, as he's now going for combat shields and scanning the expansion points from his opponents. Still mass gateways for him, as a forge is finally being added here with some upgrades. So we're closing slowly but steadily towards the 10-minute mark. Still anyone's game, of course. Now Byun finally deciding to move out. He has very likely scanned this area right here, so he knows that he has to somehow punish the a little bit of a greedy gameplay here for ASTREA, as he's now moving out. He's just pretty much mass stalkers, however, with some zealots now being added and 1 colossi in the back. And with that, I believe Byun has to siege up. Yes, indeed, and I don't think he should be able to take this fight. It's a really bad fight here for him. The tanks are pretty much exposed. He's nicely kiting those units back and forth. Some reinforcements are moving forward, but in the end it looked really, really bad for Byun. Luckily for him, the reinforcements are exactly on time. Even some SCVs had to be pulled there, but in the meantime 5 probes have been snapped into the main. And let's see if ASTREA is going to pretty much commit here forward with his colossi in the back, with the zealots in the front. Great move here by him. 2 SCVs have already been killed. More splash damage with those colossi in the back. Byun not really having any counter towards those colossi, and more SCVs are falling here. 19 SCVs already have been sacrificed by him, as the zealots do tank up more of the damage. So 20 SCVs have been killed, even some mules had to be dropped out, and now even some sentries have been added with some great force fields. The colossi in the back not really taking any damage, and this could be actually the winning move by ASTREA here with his stalkers, with the colossi in the back. The real damage dealers, of course, the colossi in the back. And the expansion point has pretty much been taken out with 25 SCVs. So what a great move here by ASTREA around the 9-minute mark, catching Byun off guard. Byun shouldn't have taken this engagement right here, as ASTREA pretty much continuing here the attack, having great mobility, and now even going for the starport against the Vikings in the end. Even more SCVs have to be pulled here by Byun, so Byun's economy is going to be suffering even more now, as the colossi are slowly but steadily retreating. And we have a small pause here, I believe, as the siege pretty much continues here for him. 39 workers have been snapped here from Byun, so what a great early gameplay here by the American player. This is still attacking forward. The Colossi is still alive. Now finally some Vikings are in the air. They should be able to deal damage towards the Colossi. And now with those Marauders, I believe Byun should be able to take this fight. Let's see, some Colossi finally has been sniped, and in the end ASTREA decides to teleport back home, but the damage has been done. The economic damage especially has been done here, as ASTREA is even taking another expansion here for him. So Byun dropping to 40 workers, ASTREA with 20 more workers for him. And let's not forget all the mining time that has been lost here for Byun with the SCVs that have been killed. Finally he is able to slowly but steadily come back into the game. He has some Vikings down. There should be a counter towards those Colossi, but a really great early game here by ASTREA, almost finishing the game there and now having a huge economic advantage towards his opponent with 20 more workers. And let's see when exactly ASTREA is going to decide to attack. I believe he's waiting for another Colossi or two. Yes, indeed, there it is. And perhaps also a War Prism. So let's see, Byun just patrolling the map, finally having some ghosts. So the ghost with EMP Shockwave should be a great counter into the late game, and more infantry actually is being added here by Byun. So if you look army wise, it's pretty much the same. It's just economic wise where ASTREA has the advantage, and of course the Marauders had to be added to have more tankiness against those Colossi, as actually Byun now in the middle of the map gaining control. His expansion also looking very strong. Let's see what's going to happen here. Good scan. One Stalker has been taken out, and Byun actually feeling very confident to move out. Great EMP by him, but not catching all of the Protoss units here, as more and more Stalkers are being added here, and a very good army composition here for ASTREA. Even some Disruptors are being added here, so let's see if Byun is going to be lucky to snap this one. Disruptor pretty much exposed there as he's just moving forward towards the expansion point. So a good position here all of a sudden for Byun, taking ASTREA a little bit off guard. So finally the Zealots have to be brought forward, but great WMPs here for the Ghosts, as some SCVs will be killed here. But yeah, those EMP look very, very deadly against the Protoss army. Look at that. He has to retreat towards the shield battery. So yeah, Ghosts in the middle of the game and into the late game. Great counter against the Protoss. And let's see how things will unfold here, as finally another engagement here. This time the Protoss army looking really, really strong. The Zealots are in the front once again. Double EMP Shockwave by Byun versus the units from the Protoss, as he's now finally going to be able to take out this expansion, or he should be able to take it out with Stim. So nice stuff here by Byun. Finally a good reaction by him, as we have a great counter with massive amounts of Zealots here. Let's see what those Zealots are going to be doing here against the pretty much exposed base. Byun reacting, clumping up his units together, his SCVs together. But yeah, in come the Zealots, as two SCVs have already been snapped, but Byun also moving back with his forces, kiting them nicely back and forward, and Byun looks to be surrounded very soon if he's not careful here. Same time ASTREA with a much higher supply here, but those EMPs really hurt a lot against the army from the Protoss, so he has to retreat. Very, very low units indeed, as the shield have been taken out, and now Byun once again on the move out, slowly but steadily also recovering into his economy. And still a great counter tactic here by ASTREA, allowing of course Byun to move out, seeing him right here. So I believe right now he's going to attack, but yeah, great reaction by Byun as well, with those Liberators in the air, expecting an attack. So the Zealots will very likely be snapped very, very soon. We even have some infantry defending here, as Byun once again has to defend here, and the Disruptor Shot might take out some units. So great Disruptor Shot indeed. Nice EMP by Byun. A nice back and forward game, but still, if you ask me, a small advantage by ASTREA, as he's closing towards 100 workers here, so his economy is going to pretty much skyrocket. And he's also sending out those Zealots on the ground, dealing more and more damage towards the reinforcements. Even 17 SCVs have been killed. So what a great move here by him, finding a great spot, not attacking here into this location, but deciding to attack a different location here for Byun. So Byun once again dropping towards 33 workers, now finally having a good attack move by him. He's going to be able to take out the expansion. In comes ASTREA from the back, but Byun, of course, with the high ground, having a great position now, attacking those Colossi, and now even being able to snap the Stalkers. He just needs to be careful against the Disruptor, so he's just nicely snapping unit after unit. Now even going against some probes here, snapping 15 probes, and yeah, that EMP shockwaves look like it's doing miracles here, even dropping into this area, taking out the Zealots, dealing more and more damage. Of course, the Terran army is much more mobile here than the Protoss army, and he's now even going to be able to snap more and more workers. Just needs to be careful against the Disruptors, and more damage is being taken here. Finally, the main force from ASTREA is coming here forward, so I believe Byun is just going to pick up his units and leave, but in the meantime one more Medivac has been sniped here, so great job here by both players. Still anyone's game all of a sudden. Byun slowly but steadily coming here back. ASTREA's army dropping to 74 of a supply, even 20 probes have been sniped, so Byun proving to be much more mobile here with his Medivacs. And what's the answer from ASTREA? Going to be just a couple of Zealots counter-attacking, as in come the EMP shockwaves very soon for Byun. There it is, just pretty much taking out all of that shield from his opponent. In the meantime, the Zealots are here into the expansion point, but there is a Liberator in the air, as 14 SCV have been sniped. Once again, Byun with the same trick, going here towards the production buildings here from his opponent. So nice job by him, sniping building after building, empowering everything with the pylons, and now even EMP shockwaving his units. And once again, he's just turtling back and forward. Very nice job, just pretty much abusing. Of course, ASTREA could teleport could blink his units, but Byun with a very nice abusive gameplay here by him with those Medivacs, snapping base after base and even empowering all of those buildings here for his opponent. Finding some great force fields here as he's able to take out some of the infantry here from his opponent. But yeah, in the end, Byun somehow miraculously coming back. However, there's still many bases here for the Protoss, as more and more units are being added here for both players. And those EMP shockwaves were exactly on guard, exactly on target here from Byun, as so much damage, so much shield has been lost here from the opponent. So it looks really good all of a sudden here for Byun, even adding some Widow Mines onto the ground, as ASTREA seems to be working here his way forward. No more Colossi, going for some Disruptors, as some mules have to be brought here forward for Byun in order to get some economic advantage back. With only 23 workers, he was of course forced to go for some mules there and no minerals here to mine, but at the same time he's trying of course to counter the massive economic advantage here from his opponent. So even the bases will be rebuilt here by ASTREA with some small counter attacks, but there is infantry to fend this off, as the Zealots will be taken off. So Byun all of a sudden transitioning to a more defensive gameplay with some mines on the ground, allowing here a little bit ASTREA to come back into the game with his bases all over the map, as the army is still pretty much the same small advantage here, as weapons 3 will be finished here for ASTREA. And with that, I believe he's going to try to move here forward, blinking actually forward, taking out Marauder after Marauder. He just needs to be careful against those Widow Mines. Is there detection? I don't see a observer in the air. A great micro, however, nice blink out by him. It's pretty much ASTREA throwing everything he has towards his opponent. Byun tries to counter with a massive Doom drop, but of course ASTREA could teleport back into his main. Let's see if this is going to be his decision. Indeed, he's going to teleport back home, even adding some Zealots. And now Byun has to pretty much retreat, but his Medivacs will be targeted very soon. ASTREA with some great defenses, taking out 3 Medivacs here, and even the older Medivacs will be taking some damage here. So Byun tried of course a nice abusive gameplay once again, but it has pretty much went into favor from ASTREA. Of course, Byun has to GG out here, so nice job here by ASTREA with a great macro game indeed, just adding expansion after expansion for him. And it worked out really well with those counters, with those Zealots. In the end, Byun with a great counter with those EMP shockwaves from the Ghost, but the last Doom drop pretty much has been punished here by ASTREA with a great teleport back home, and he just immediately went for those Medivacs, and that would of course mean for his infantry that it would have been lost. So nice game here by both players actually. This time ASTREA with a very good game with a nice Blink, Stalker, Zealots and Colossi into Disruptor gameplay. Great defenses by him, and in the end Byun not really being able to make his game here. So yeah, a nice game by ASTREA. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is Tommy signing out.